Sometimes I have to wonder if YouTube just doesn't care. What's up, guys? Silver Ranch here. I got a commentary video here. Has this been something I've kind of put off? I haven't done a commentary since God, I couldn't tell you the last time I did one. It's been a while, but I just wrote an article on my blog page, which I'll link the article down below if you want to give it a read. I do write here and there, but in my article, it kind of stemmed from a video that I saw that was from 8-Bit Ryan. I usually don't watch him a ton, but I usually will tune in for every now and then. I watch a ton of Five Nights at Freddy's stuff here and there. Well, I say here and there. My feed is literally flooded with Chicken Ninja. You know who I'm talking about. You know how good is. You know how much his content slaps. But so I found this 8-Bit Ryan video. Pops up in my feed, and in it he's talking about this new policy that's going to be put into place as YouTube, starting May 12th of this year, will be implementing a new system, a new policy for doing mid-roll ads, which is supposed to be done now more to be placed in quote-unquote natural breaks. And what makes it concerning right off the jump is I don't know who they studied this with. What if it was with stupid groups like Saturday Night Live or like beauty channels or like collection channels? Maybe stuff that's a little more soft and calmer. Maybe it works better. Maybe in a vlog it works better. But like, as Ryan showed, like, it's going to screw up the entire gaming community. And gaming is like the foundation of what makes YouTube. People don't want to admit that, but that is the truth. And in his video, he shows this example, and how this basically is going to work is that with mid-roll ads, you have the option to do automatic or manual. With automatic ads, you would click a button, and normally it would just drop ads in the video, and then you can move them around however you want. And if you wanted to add more, you could. If you wanted to add less, you could. But it was an easy way of putting ads and letting the creator do it. Now, it's mainly targeting the auto system, but there is a catch with the manual system. With the automatic system now, here is where it gets complicated. The algorithm now will go through the video and determine breakpoints, these natural breaks. And that's how you will be able to get ads in there. So you could get like 3, you could get 1, or as Ryan showed in the video, there was a YouTuber he showed, and I forget his name fully, but he got like none in 6 videos straight that he showed on his channel. And what's really concerning about this is it's almost promoting shittier content. And I should know this. I only have 500 subs. I don't have enough to monetize myself. But like, take something I do where I have tons of dead air, tons of dead space, but I don't necessarily trim up to be the cleanest. That's rewarding my kind of content. And it's nothing to say I don't try really hard. I care about what I do, and I put a lot of time and effort into what I do. But there's a difference between me and the people who have millions of subs who spend their life working on this stuff. You're going after those kind of people. And that to me is like, it's so sickening, because why is it we're going after the people who work the hardest and put together a foundation of content that is supposed to be engaging and attentive and keep people drawn in, while having personalities that are genuine and authentic? That's supposed to be what YouTube's about, not promoting garbage slop. But it seems like every day YouTube is trying to go further and further away from the foundation they've put together in 2003. And this is kind of the main example. So now it seems like the only way you'll get ads will be at the start and end of videos. Which most people, if you ever look at a graph, like I have plenty of times, if you ever look at a graph for videos, my brain's failing me big time. But if you look at a graph for videos, you'll have like all the attention within like the first like 3 minutes of a 15-minute video, and by the time you hit like minute 14 out of 15, you have maybe 20 to 15%, and that's being generous. Most of the time, it's probably 5% of your audience is still watching at that point. So less and less people are staying till the end. So essentially saying you might get maybe one ad at the start of the video, and then any ads you put in, they either won't work or they won't, YouTube just won't put any ads in, because that's the other bit. So I talked about the automatic ads. Going to the manual ads, for that to work, you have to put in an ad, and then you have to wait a specific amount of time. I think it's 24 hours. You have to put in the ad and then wait 24 hours for somebody to approve it, or they can deny it, as I'll show. This image right here is the one I used on my blog. If they find the ad interruptive, is the term that they're using. Interruptive. But the problem is, and this is the bit that's driving everybody up the wall, what are you defining as interruptive? Does having music in the background consider interruptive? Is me talking interruptive? Is me just sitting there while a game's playing interruptive? Is me sitting there while a cutscene in a game playing is interruptive? We don't know. And worst of all, they didn't explain it, and they haven't explained it. And what I wrote in the article is they're going to have to. Like, I don't think they have much of a choice whether you want to admit it or not. They, like, if they go through the next 2 months before the policy comes out and not explain to creators, you could see a mass exodus on this platform. But the problem is, and this is something that is the scary and unfortunate truth, we're living in a time where there's so many places where companies have cornered the market. Nintendo's done it with family-friendly gaming. Adobe has done it with most photo and video editing stuff, and most like graphic design or video design or all that stuff. Basically any digital design, they have cornered the market essentially. They've essentially monopolized without monopolizing, which is the most disgusting thing ever. And now YouTube has essentially cornered the market in long-term video content, because Twitch is not meant for releasing videos; they're meant for live streaming. And the only other places that you can consider as content would be Vimeo and Rumble. Vimeo I barely use. I've used it for like a class lecture. That's it. And then Rumble, I have Rumble. I'm honestly going to upload this video to Rumble. Let me tell you, between the lack of a consistent audience, no real defined people who aren't political to drive the platform, and just god-awful user interface, most people aren't going to Rumble the same way most people aren't going to Vimeo. And that's the truth of the matter. YouTube has cornered the market. YouTube has been around for 20 plus years. Most people aren't ditching this platform, like it or not. I don't want to ditch this platform. I've built up 500 subscribers. It means a lot to me. And you know, I always dreamed one day I could get to 1,000 and be able to start marketing myself and promote myself out to the future. And this is a concerning feeling when everybody's wondering, are they going to get paid? Are they going to get paid? Is this going to affect my content? Do I have to like literally sit there with my thumb up my ass in dead silence to put an ad in? It's lazy, it's sloppy, and no creator's going to like it. And again, it's just going to drive a wedge into what everybody considers is good content. And what makes it frustrating is that this isn't the first time YouTube's done this shit. It's not. Go back to 2019 when COPPA was passed because YouTube got sued by the federal government. Even though they had YouTube Kids. That's an argument for another day. But the point of the matter is YouTube got sued and they had to make a change with their content. And they were putting out these crazy guidelines that were insanely vague, had terrible terminology, and it just left everybody in the dark like, what the hell is going on? And you're having to deal with that again. And that's so concerning. So, for everybody here, all I'm going to say is keep an ear out, because I know they're going to come back with something else. And at this point, it's just going to be a wait and see thing. I don't think they stay quiet with this for 2 months. And I think if they do, and this affects people's revenue, you're going to see, as I defined at the end of my article, if you haven't read it yet, please give it a read. I think it's a really good, I think I summed up a lot of what's going on here. But you're going to see, if this policy hurts what creators are considering their livelihood, you're going to see a mass exodus off this platform. Because most other times it was just, can I keep up with my former content or do I have to change it? Now it's literally going after the fact of, can I actually make a living off of this? And the minute that gets challenged, people are out the door. Nobody's staying. And that's the most damning thing. And I just don't understand, what was the need? You went to benefit the consumers, and it came at the cost of the creators. I saw this one comment at the end of this video, and I kind of want to put it all in perspective. If you have less videos, or if you have less money, you're less likely to make videos. And when you're less likely to make videos, you're less likely to have a channel, or less likely to make a channel. And when you're less likely to make a channel, you're less likely to have variety on YouTube. And when you're less likely to have variety on YouTube, then it affects their wallet. And that's when they know they screwed up big time. Expect some sort of update. If not, Rumble, just saying, you have 2 months. Maybe update your user interface and make it a more welcoming place. And you might get a mass wave of people coming over, the same way Blue Sky had a mass wave and increase of fellowship because of how bad X ran themselves into the ground with just stupid policies. That's all I'm going to say on the matter of this. If you enjoyed this commentary and you would like me to talk about more sort of issues going on in the YouTube sphere or the social sphere, I would love to do it. So please support by dropping a like, commenting, subscribing to become a part of the Ranch Nation while turning on that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on Ranch Reactions, gaming, commentary, music by Podcast Nerds on the Mic, and anything else that I drop on this channel, because all the love and support means the world to me. I just hit 500 subs not too long ago, and helping me get to my next goal of 750 would mean the world to me. So with that out of the way, I'm going to get out of here. And from the Ranch Nation, I love, appreciate, and cherish every single one of you. And I'm out of here for tonight. Peace.